Let's talk about my crochet and knitting goals for 2025. Hello everyone, Rochelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. Okay, so today's video was inspired by Michaela of Michaela Crafts, and I will link her channel below. But basically, this is kind of like a fun way to make your goals for the year without it being so strict. So instead of like making a list of goals, it'll be in the form of a bingo card, and of course you can check them off as you go. So the bingo card that I have created, I love it. I really enjoyed the process of making it. Now Michaela does provide a template if you wish. You can go to her video and check out that template, but basically I just took some inspiration from it, kind of customized it to myself, and yes, this is what I came up with. All right, so I have 24 goals and of course a free space for the bingo. Let's jump right in. The first goal is to natural dye. So I want to be able to use onion skins, avocado pits and skins, coffee grounds, and marigold petals. And so I drink a lot of coffee, at least 1 cup a day. So I've got the coffee grounds. Marigolds, I have planted them quite a few times. So they shouldn't be a problem. Avocados, onion skins. I'm thinking about actually growing some onions in my garden this year, so shouldn't be a problem there. But yeah, I've never natural dyed before. So I have no idea what the colors are gonna look like, and I can't wait to find out. All right, so up next, I want to knit or crochet a French pattern. I am a intermediate speaker of French. Now, on most days, I feel like I'm a beginner, but if you ask my French tutor, she says I'm intermediate, so that's what I'm gonna go with. But I feel like I'm at a point where I read in French pretty well, so I would love to either knit or crochet a pattern in French, and so that'll be exciting. And yeah, I think it'll be a great way to practice. Okay, so up next, I would love to knit or crochet a color work project. I get a little intimidated with color work because you're using 2 or 3 different color balls of yarn. So maybe I'll stick to 2 colors. And if you all have any beginner color work patterns, whether they be crochet or knitted, definitely drop them below. I would love to start with something small, like perhaps a hat would be good, maybe a scarf, but yeah, something small like an accessory is where I would like to start. Okay, so the next one is I want to steek a cardigan. I want to get over the fear of cutting into my work, and steeking scares me. So if you're not familiar with steeking, it's kind of a way, and I'm gonna do the best I can, it's kind of a way to so let's just say you want to make a cardigan, but you don't want to do a lot of purling. So steeking allows you to be able to knit in the round, and then afterwards you cut up these reinforced stitches and you reinforce it down with like a sewing machine, or you can hand stitch it. Now I know that was not the best definition of steeking, but that's why I have to learn. And so yes, I want to get over that fear of cutting into my work. Perhaps it's not as intimidating as I think it is, but I am someone that enjoys purling. I have no problem with purling at all, but it's just more so about I want to learn the technique. That's simply what it's all about. But I make a lot of cardigans and I love purling, so not a big deal to me. Okay, so up next, I would like to design a knit or crochet pattern. So in the past, I have designed a couple of crochet patterns. They were hats. One was a beanie and then the other was a slouchy hat. And yeah, so I would love to continue designing, and I would love to design my first knitting project, or, you know, knitting pattern. Like, that would be awesome. So I don't have any ideas at the moment, but I don't know. I mean, there's a few things that I'm interested in. I'm kind of brainstorming in. So yeah, we'll have to see what this year brings in terms of designing. And oh, every pattern that I talk about today, the pattern link will be in the description box below, so you can check that out. Oh, I did want to say one more thing. The two patterns that I do have out, they're both free, and there's YouTube tutorials on both of them. So, you know, you can go check that out. Okay, so this next one is really special. I want to knit a sweater for my grandmother. She is actually the yarn husband's grandmother, but I have adopted her as my grandma as well. And we were over there the other day helping her out, and I had crocheted her a hat and she loved it. And so she showed me a sweater of hers that she really liked, but she had it for a long time, and she was like, I want a new sweater. Can you make me one? So of course, when grandma asks for a sweater, you make her a sweater. We haven't come out with a design or pattern or anything like that. And I must say I am a little nervous because I have never knitted or crocheted a garment for anyone else other than myself. So I'm a little nervous about it, but I think it'll be fun. So I want to do that for her. Okay, so the next one is I would love to donate projects to charities. So the places that I have in mind, here in my town, we have local women's shelter. I would love to donate to them. Also, we have the NICU here in the hospital for the premature babies. I would love to donate there. Also, you know, we have not really a big homeless population here, but we do have a shelter. I believe it's set up by the sheriff's department, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but we do have a shelter here for those individuals as well. And also, I would love to make things for our local assisted living facility. When you pass by there, they have a front porch. And on that front porch, sometimes you'll see some of the residents sitting outside on the front porch. And sometimes, like, you know, when we drive by there, I'm just looking at them like they could use a hat or a blanket or a scarf or something like that. So I have no idea like how to get started, but I guess the best thing to do would maybe like email them and actually see what they have a need for, if they have a need for anything. And also there's a few other things I would like to get into. I do live in North Carolina, so the flooding out there in Asheville and around the area, people are still being impacted by that, as well as things going on out west. There's so many people that are in need. So yeah, I would love to perhaps knit or crochet some hats and scarves and stuff, because y'all, it is cold. It is cold here. So yes, that's something that I would love to do. Alrighty then. So up next, I would love to knit or crochet a dress. I used to crochet dresses a lot, and for whatever reason, I got out of it. But I would love to also knit a dress. And yeah, definitely crochet dresses are wonderful. The only thing is like I made them with worsted weight yarn, so they are a little heavy. So if I was to crochet or knit another dress, it would be maybe like sport weight yarn, DK at the most. I would love to do that. And so the dress that I'm showing you now, I made this back in July 2019. And it is the Penelope dress that is designed by Ashley Kaiser. So yeah, that's that one. And I have a few knitted dresses that I'm thinking of, but I hadn't really like committed to one yet. So we'll see. I'm always up for suggestions. Alrighty then. Let's see here. The next one, I would love to knit an Irene Lynn pattern. So she is someone, she is a designer that I've been admiring from afar for a while. She has beautiful, beautiful patterns. And two that she's come out recently is the Lana vest and the Mila hooded vest. So the Lana vest isn't really new. It's been out for quite a while, but the Mila hooded vest is fairly new. And I just love both of those. I think they are stunning. I love the simple cables of the Lana vest, and I love the hood of the Mila hooded vest. So I would love to knit those, and just check out Irene Lynn's website or Ravelry. Like beautiful, beautiful projects. And so yeah, definitely want to make some more of her designs. Okay, so up next, I would love to make a knit/combo pattern. So I've been really into these. I love when knitting and crochet is combined. I think it is amazing. And so some of the patterns that I have in mind are the Agnes sweater vest, the Avena cardigan, and the Ariana cardigan. And so basically these combine crochet granny squares, and then you do the ribbing in crochet. So definitely got those on my list, and yeah, I would love to make that. Okay, so the next one is I would love to knit and crochet more samples for my shop. I do hand dye yarn, and so, you know, people need to know what the yarn looks like, knitted or crocheted up. And so that's definitely something that I want to work on. It's just, knitting and crocheting some more samples. Like, for example, this here is the piece by piece cowl designed by Rachel Newen. And yeah, this is my hand dyed yarn. I haven't dyed this colorway in a long time, but it really shows how the colors work up. And so I want to make more things like this. Okay, so the next one is I want to sew a skirt. Yes, because when I go shopping, like in the stores, either the skirt is too short or it's too long or it rides up in the back. And so I would love to be able to make a custom fit skirt for myself and find a pattern that I really like. So let me know if you got any recommendations. All right, so the next one is to make a project with black yarn. Yes, y'all, I have astigmatism, and me and black yarn, we don't get along. But I want to make it. And I have made a black tea. I made a toasted tea, and that was black. And, it turned out all right, but I have neck lights. I have all sorts of lamps. I am going to get it done. And so the yarn that I'm thinking about using is Drops Merino Extra Fine, and the pattern that I want to use is the Eva Cardigan by Petite Knit. And so this yarn is 100% wool. It is superwash, and yeah, it is true black, and so I'm excited to work with it. But yeah, it's black yarn, so there's that. All right, so up next, I would love to knit and crochet in public. So this is something I used to do a whole lot. I did Vlogtober several years ago, and especially like around the spring and the fall, I love just knitting and crocheting out in public. But it's something that I haven't done in a while, and there's a ton of lakes around here. There's parks around here, so I can definitely get it done. And so I just got to take some time out, go to the park, and just work on my projects. I'm going to do it. Okay, so the next one is to work with new fiber. So I have worked with merino, Grambule, Peruvian Highland wool, Blueface Leicester, cashmere. I feel like there's some others I've worked with, but there are some that I haven't worked with yet. And so some that I thought about was Shetland and Polworth, Cormo, Tarheat, and also bamboo. I haven't worked with bamboo yarn, and I haven't worked with linen either. So I would love to work with those fibers. Okay, so the next one is to dye non-superwash wool. So as a yarn dyer, I've really only ever dyed superwash merino wool. I've dyed some cashmere, I've dyed some BFL, but never like non superwash wool. So I would love to do that. I do know that it takes the yarn, or it takes the dye up a little bit different. So that's something that I'll have to learn. And it's kind of a learning curve, but I'm ready to accept the challenge. Something else that I want to continue doing is pattern testing. And that involves knitting and crocheting. I would love to continue doing that. I have found a lot of amazing designers and patterns this way. And I will say, going forward, I'm going to be even more careful with the test knits that I choose. I want to make sure that, you know, the timing is right and that it allows enough time. And I feel like because I've been pattern testing for so long that I know what to look for and I have my favorites. And so I want to continue pattern testing this year. We'll see how many that I do. And okay, so up next, I would like to crochet or knit a pair of socks. I know, shocking, right? Okay, so let's look at these. These lovely socks here. These are the travel socks that are designed by Diane Laus. I made these socks 2018. I had to check. I had to go back and check when did I make these. I had to go back and check like my Ravelry to see when I made these, but it was 2018 and I have not knit a pair of socks since then. And so here I am with these lovely sock blockers, and obviously I have the ability to make socks, but y'all, these are ankle socks and they just about killed me. So yeah, I would love to knit another pair of socks, and I would also love to learn how to crochet socks. Wouldn't that be awesome? So yeah, I have been thinking about a few patterns. So for knitted socks, I was thinking about these Sunday socks designed by Petite Knit. And for knitting, or for crocheting, I was thinking about the Herringbone Socks, which are designed by Ashley Shoemaker of Heart Hook Home. And so I'm thinking about making those. So we shall see. But yeah, clearly I don't wear them. I've got ends sticking out of them. But the OGs will remember these. These are the only pair of socks that I have ever made. Up next, I want to catalog all of my yarn in Ravelry. When it comes to yarn, what happens a lot of times is I want to make a pattern and then I have to think about what I have. And so if I was to catalog all of my yarn in Ravelry, then I'll be able to just look on Ravelry and think, okay, I need a DK weight yarn for this pattern. Do I have a DK weight yarn? Yes. And these are all the colors that I have in it. And so that's something that I think is going to help me out a whole lot. So yeah, looking forward to doing that. And I think it'll be a lot of fun to just kind of catalog everything that I have. Okay, so up next, I want to sew some notion bags. So when I used to make project bags, I used to use zippers, and I have a lot of zippers left over, and I really like to use them. Also, I have fabric that I have not used, and so I need to dust off my sewing machine and get back to making bags. So I want to do that, and I love notion bags. I use notion bags every day, and I think it would be great to have some little notion bags. So I would really like to get back into doing that. Okay, so this next one makes me laugh because it's just been a pain in the butt. All right, so I had to pull out the purple box for this one. I'm going to put my socks up. Okay, so this year I want to get back into spinning, and that is with an e-spinner and a drop spindle. So it's still in the box. This is my EEW Nano E-spinner. And I just can't get the hang of this thing. Like, I don't know. For whatever reason, I cannot figure out how to use this e-spinner. It can't be difficult. It has to be me. I can't figure it out. I don't know. My tension is off. Like, you can even see here, like, what is what is this? So yeah, send tips. So I have this, and then also living, oh dear, where is it? Okay, there it is. I also have my drop spindle. So this is a Chic High and Low spindle. And yeah, great spindle. You know, I could use some help, but I have a lot of wonderful, beautiful fiber that I just need to use. In fact, this whole box is full of fiber. Look at this beautiful braid here. This is merino wool, bamboo, and tussa silk, and it's just hanging around. And then this, let's see, where did it go? This is BFL. And then I have this, which is a merino top. And I've got tons of it. This is ridiculous. I have tons of fiber. And I'm not using it because, well, I don't really know because I don't know. But anyway, this is sad. This is really, really sad that I have all of this fiber and I'm not using it because I can't figure out how to spin successfully. So yeah, gonna work on that. All right, so up next, I want to felt a project. It doesn't matter if it's a crochet project or a knitting project, doesn't matter to me, but I want to felt something. So I was thinking either I could felt a basket or I could felt some slippers. And so, yay, I've been looking at a few videos on how to do it, and so I feel like I can figure it out. But yeah, I think it would be like a lot of fun to felt a project. So that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to doing. Okay, so the next one is to frog or fix a project. So I have knit and crochet several projects in the past that they're just too big for me. And I'm at a crossroads of whether, okay, do I frog it and remake the item again in a smaller size, or do I frog it and use the yarn for a different project? Not quite sure. It's kind of case by case basis, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of projects that I need to frog it or even just fix it. There are some things where like the seam is come loose or come a loose, and so I yeah, come a loose, come a loose, come loose. I never can figure out how to say that correctly. But anyway, there are some things that I need to fix. And another thing that I would like to do this year is to loom knit a project. So I love loom knitting. Loom knitting is so much fun, and I feel like it is a skill that everybody just needs to learn how to do. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so I want to loom knit a hat and a scarf set combo. The yarn husband does know how to loom knit. He loom knit me this hat, and he doesn't know it, but I'm expecting another hat and scarf set. Yeah, because I know he can do it. So anyway, I want to get back into loom knitting because it is a lot of fun. So if you want to join, I will leave Michaela's YouTube channel below. You can definitely check her out if you want the template to this. And yeah, feel free to join. Yeah, so definitely check out her channel. And like I said, she did provide a Canva template that you can use, and from that template I just kind of created my own, and so that was really nice of her to make that. And yeah, oh, so I did want to discuss some upcoming videos that I have. So I have to do, let's see, what is it? The Everything I Knit in 2024 Part 2. I have to work on that and get that up. And also I've been doing a lot of crocheting. I have quite a few crochet projects that I have not shared on the channel. And so I will be doing a video about that. All right, y'all, that is all. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you worked on while watching, or did you just chill? And definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on. I would love to hear from you. Also, I wanted to thank you for clicking that like button and that notification bell. I really appreciate it. And if you would love to become a member of this channel, you can simply click that join button below. And thank you all so much for the gifts that you have provided through my Ravelry wish list. I just appreciate it so very, very much. And if you are interested in finding any of the notions and the things that I use for crochet, knitting, or for filming, I'll leave a link to that in the description box below as well. All right, y'all, until next time, bye.